Hi, welcome. In the previous lesson, we learned how to navigate in Blender, add primitive objects and transform them using Move, Rotate and Scale tool. Before we move into edit mode, there are a few important object mode features that will make modeling much easier. In this lesson, we will look at them. So let's get started. Blender allows us to view our scene and different shading modes depending on what we are doing. It contain wireframe, solid, render and material preview mode. So the first thing is solid, that is the default. The next is wireframe mode. We can switch into wireframe mode by pressing the Z key and switching into wireframe mode. Another way of switching into wireframe mode is pressing Shift Z. Shift Z into solid mode and Shift Z into wireframe mode. When we are in wireframe mode and we press Shift Z, we switch into solid mode. Then there is material preview mode. This shows us what will be the material of this object, and then there is a final render. So this contains the render engine and the final lighting of the scene, the final scene. So when we are in material preview mode and we press Shift Z, it goes to the wireframe mode. And if we are in the render mode and we press Shift Z, it goes to the wireframe mode. So Shift Z is for wireframe mode. If we are in solid and press Shift Z, it goes to the wireframe mode. Then there is the X-ray mode. You can enable it by pressing this button. So X-ray mode is like you can see the object behind the front meshes is visible. Now the shortcut key for this is Alt Z. With Alt Z you can go to solid mode, and with Alt Z you can go to X-ray mode. Then there is overlays. So with this you can enable the extras like the guides, etc. You can enable and disable them. You can experiment with that. Another thing is viewport gizmos. So we can enable viewport gizmos from here, like for example you can see we enable that. So the most important method is using the G or S shortcuts for moving, rotating and scaling, and not the gizmos. So if you are using the gizmos, you can enable it from here. Then there is object visibility. So from here you can disable meshes, so all the meshes in your scene will be hidden. This is for that. Now the next thing is proportional editing. So we will explain that in edit mode. Then there is snapping. So this is also for edit mode. Then there is the pivot point. So the pivot point is like the object origin. This yellow point, like this is the object origin. So the pivot point contain many options like the individual origin, the object origin or individual origin, like 3D cursor, median point, etc. So we will experiment that in the upcoming lesson. Then there is the transform orientation. So with global we can move our objects only on the green and red lines with global. That is the global orientation, and we can also do it by locally, normal, gimbal, and we will experiment them in the upcoming lessons. Now that we understand the important viewport tools and object mode settings, we are ready to move into edit mode, where real modeling begins. In the next lesson, we will explore vertices, edges and passes and start shaping our model in detail. If this lesson helped you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next class. Thank you.